Hey, good evening. Welcome to Sports Talk. Tonight we will be going over our 2025 draft coverage, second and third round. Last night we had a very, very good show. Actually, I was shocked that it went under 4 hours, but really looking forward to tonight. Second and third round. Guys will be filling their rosters. A lot of good players. A lot of really good. I'll just say a lot of good players on the board. Some teams got multiple picks in the first 15 rounds, 15 picks. I know Cleveland has two, as well as another team I can't remember offhand, but feeling good about tonight, ready to get started. What's going on, Wayne?
Before I say anything about the draft coverage tonight, I want to send prayers and condolences to Derek Harmon, who was the 21st pick last night of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who unfortunately lost his mom. I'm going to say her name correct. Tiffany Sane is the way I think her name was pronounced. This young man has been going through a lot with his mom's sickness during this whole draft process. You know, he missed some of the visits that were scheduled, and the goodness is that he was drafted before his mom passed, but she passed away shortly thereafter. So, rest in peace to Derek Harmon, his family. My condolences. Sorry, rest in peace to his mom, Miss Tiffany Sane, and our condolences go out to Derek Harmon.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's good that his mom, before she left, uh, she was on this earth while her son got drafted. A lot goes into it, man. Like I always say, no matter where you get drafted, you should be thankful that you got drafted. Even for the guys on Saturday night and Sunday who don't get drafted, who get picked up. This is a dream that most people have at 6, 7 years old, and it's sometimes taken for granted. And more people that get drafted in the first round fan out than people that get drafted in other rounds. So it doesn't matter where you get drafted; just get drafted. Be thankful. Uh, a lot of guys use it as motivation for this, that, and third. I mean, whatever motivates you to be a better pro at what you do, a better person, a better human being, you got to do what you got to do to be motivated. But really looking forward to it. Roger Goodell is at the podium. Really good to see Travis Frederick is going to be announcing the Cowboys pick, so I'm excited about that. And I know it was a lot of conversation all day about this, that, and third. You know what's funny, and you had said something to me earlier when I was driving, how I don't understand how people grade drafts. I think that's the weirdest thing because a lot of these players might not even be healthy in training camp. And then we all know when the player's not healthy in training camp, that means they're limping into the season. Like I just think that it does the team and some players because everybody don't know how to turn the noise out. So when you say, "Oh, we're gonna grade the draft," what is that? What does that mean? Obviously, if a team has a need and they draft a player, whether they got a need or not, every team has a need. So they draft a player that they feel will best fit what they're doing, no matter what pick they are. And for somebody to come around, and with all due respect to the guys that do it, but because I know they put hard work in doing it, but you cannot grade a draft. What is that? That's just that makes no sense. Some guys I know it's a lot of players in the NFL, more players in the NFL, and I said fan out about the first rounders, but more players go to the two and three teams than guys that retire from one team. Most guys don't even get to their second contract. So and if they do, it might be from another team. So I just think it's very interesting that they say, oh, we graded the draft. You got new coaches every year. You
Yeah,
go, you
I mean they do it because most fans want to see it. I was talking to one of my guys, media guys today. He's like, D, you know what it is? He's like, mock drafts. He's like, there's 1,000,001 of them. and we say why they doing all these mock drafts and why they grading this and who was the winners and who was the losers. And he was like, but nobody knows, but it's for TV, it's for the internet. So why they do these things, man? Like, I don't pay too much attention to them. You hear so many people talking about the Taylor Booker with the Cowboys at 12 and university people saying it's a good football move. Yet you had one dude that gave it a D- grade. One pick. And you giving it a D-? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Browns are taking this long with this pick.
You had 24 hours to do it.
Right back. I mean, if I had to guess, the first person being drafted today is going to be Travion Henderson, the running back at Ohio State. If I had to guess, I was hoping he would fall to 44 to Dallas, but I just think that's too far of a drop for him. That's who I would think it's going to be. I do not think it's Shedeur Sanders. I will say that. I do not think it's Shedeur. If you're asking me where I think Shedeur's landing spot is, I think it's either Las Vegas or New Orleans. If it's not Las Vegas and New Orleans, folks, Shedeur Sanders ain't going to round 3. You just got to look at the rest of the draft and how it lays down and who needs quarterbacks. So if he doesn't go in these Cleveland next pick, the Raiders, and then a little bit after that, New Orleans, I just don't see where he goes. Unless the Jets take a flyer on him.
Yeah. I think the whole Shedeur thing is,
It's a tough situation, man. I mean, I see it both ways. It could just be that teams don't believe in him. And that's their right.
That's the funny thing. You're right. That's their right.
One of my favorite all-time players, NFL players, is making this first selection.
Who's making this selection for the Browns? Solid guy, never complain, man.
Ooh. Wow. As Quentin knows, this is a person that I was on big in the draft lead up. I love this kid. Carson Schwarzenegger, the linebacker from UCLA. He's a tackling machine, man. All he does is tackle. He would have been one that I didn't mind falling to 44 for Dallas. But he's just a player, man. You're just going to plug him in there, and he's going to play, and he's going to tackle. And Cleveland's the perfect place for him.
Yeah, he got 2 big boys up front.
So think about what Cleveland did, right? And they got the extra draft picks, and they go defensive tackle, and they follow that up with a linebacker. So that lets you know they're trying to show up that defense. I'm very interested to see what Houston's going to do here. I'm hoping
they had traded down, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping Houston doesn't break my heart right here with a wide receiver. I don't even want to speak his name into the atmosphere right now, and it's not Luther Burton III, who I think would be a very good pick for Houston or Tennessee. I think wide receivers come off the board like right now. Houston they didn't waste any time. That's what I like to see. Houston could take the edge rusher from Boston College. I don't want to be disrespectful and try to say his name. People's names is so important, so I don't want to mispronounce his name. So I'm just going to say the edge rusher from Boston College. He would be a good one to put on the other side of Will Anderson Jr.
I like what Cleveland's doing, because basically they have an offensive coach, and he's giving the defensive coordinator enough players to run this defense, and I guess Stefanski is taking it upon himself to fix that offense. And you got to respect that, because sometimes these coaches won't take no ownership with their offense. If they're, if they favor a particular side of the ball, a lot of coaches will just be like, oh, yeah. They blame it on everything else. So I like what Stefanski's doing. And Ed Berry, I mean, the Berry guy, the GM from Cleveland, always been solid too. They always been getting picks since he's been there.
Some people are knocking the Browns, and because they didn't take Shador last night, and the Browns are the Browns. That's what some people are saying. This could be TreVeyon Henderson too. I know they got Joe Mixon, but they could go best available. I think Luther Burton may be here.
Yeah, and then you figure about that the DeMarco Ryans came from, as they say, that Shanahan tree. So they might just run running backs in there, just keep going.
Well, my heart's been broken. The Houston Texans took the wide receiver that I love. They took Jaden Higgins, big 6'4", 215-pound route runner extraordinaire, man. He could do it all. I'm calling it out right now. He will be the best rookie wide receiver. He will be the best rookie wide receiver. Big, strong kid. It's a big blow to me, man. As a Dallas Cowboy fan, I wanted him. Man, I thought they would go Luther Burton, but they went with the big kid, man. So now we got a trade alert. Sounds like somebody done traded up. Seattle's on the clock. Who could Seattle be coming up to get?
Could be Luther Burton.
Could be, because they lost Lockett.
So they'll have Luther Burton, and they lost Lockett and Metcalf.
Lost Lockett, lost Metcalf. They do have JSN. So could be them. Man.
It's funny, Jaden Higgins' comp is Nico Collins, and now they're going to be playing together.
Well, again, it's who I wanted. I didn't want to say his name. And there's two players that I wanted to fall to 44 for the Cowboys tonight. That was Jaden Higgins, who I thought had a chance. I would love for TreVeyon Henderson to fall to 44. I just think with Chicago having 2 picks and needing a running back, I just don't see Henderson falling there. I think Seattle, I don't know, it's going to be interesting, man. I don't understand why Luther Burton III has not gone.
Would Seattle go Shador right here?
No. They gave a lot of money to Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
In Seattle, the pick's already in. I'm surprised they must really love this kid.
Whoever they traded up for, they want him.
They must really. I don't know how much they gave up for him. Like, listen, the player they got, I like a lot, and this may start. I mean, it ain't the first round. We can talk about it. They took the big safety. He's another one where I won't try to say his last name, so I'm just gonna say Nick E. Big safety. They came up to get him. They gave up their 52nd and their 82nd. That's a lot.
They swapped the 2 and gave up a 3.
That's a lot. They must really, Mike McDonald is my guy. I'm surprised Tennessee didn't stay and get a weapon for Cam Ward at wide receiver. This is starting to have me think maybe, you know what, I got to switch my draft coverage because I love NFL Network. ESPN drives me crazy sometimes, but one thing that ESPN does that the NFL Network doesn't, they keep a steady stream of who is best available. And it helps you. It helps you see things,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they went with the safety. Cleveland coming right back. I really think Cleveland's going to go running back.
Do you think the Stanford receiver lasts till the round 3?
The big boy from Stanford, he could last the 3. So you got Cleveland, you got Las Vegas. Again, Cleveland may go quarterback here. Uh, they may go with the quarterback from Louisville at 36. Las Vegas. I think if Luther Burton gets past these next two picks, next pick in Cleveland, I think Las Vegas is a really live place for him. New England. New England could go wide receiver. They could go running back. Man, two players I really wanted to fall, and I'm not gonna lie to people, man. I really wanted that Jaden Higgins for Dallas. It's a great pick. A lot of people knocked Nick Casario for a lot of things in Houston, especially the Deshaun Watson. But he looked like a genius.
Yeah. When you look at him now, he handled it well. He handled it well. It's like you said, he looks like a genius.
So yeah, they're gonna go with the big safety out of South Carolina. I just don't see them going quarterback when they gave Sam Darnold $100 million on a 3-year deal. And they re-signed Drew Lock. Drew Lock went back to Seattle to back him up. Not a big fan of the person making this tick for Seattle. Richard Sherman.
Not a big fan of himself.
He's a jerk. And that's why the crowd's booing him. He called him Emin I don't know if that's the correct way to pronounce it. I'm sure it is. I'm sure somebody from the NFL helped him. So now people going to start screaming, is this the place for Shedeur? I don't think it is. What?
I'll let you know. Cleveland didn't get Shedeur Sanders. They got Junkins.
Ooh, they took Quinshawn.
They got Junkins.
Yeah, Cowboys are going to get boxed out.
They got Junkins.
They went Junkins over Henderson, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Cowboys do now. I think maybe if Luther Burton is there, you
they
go
get Luther Burton and go get the running back in the third round, probably.
Get the running back in the third round. Wow.
Interesting pick. You didn't think it was funny. I didn't think Junkins would go before Trayvon Henderson.
I didn't. Wow. There's a lot of DBs that's still out there too, man. Like, you got edge rushers that are out there, right? You got Mike Green still out there, the edge rusher from Boston College. The big DT from Toledo is still out there. Trevion Henderson still out there. Jalen Nolan's out there, wide receiver. Luther Burton's out there. Trey Harris. Of course, Shedeur is still out there, but I don't. Las Vegas, I see them going maybe wide out. Henderson's not going to make it to the Cowboys because the Bears have 2 picks and they need a running back. My other good running back that I like, Caleb Johnson, he's still available. I'm just talking for the Cowboys right now. Wide receivers, you'll have Trey Harris, Burton, Nolan. I think the Cowboys got to go running back. I think because there may be a run on running backs right now. Sort of like last year in that fourth round when there just became that run on running backs. I think the run may come. I didn't think Judkins would be the third running back off the board. I like Henderson better than him. I like Caleb Johnson better than him. And I like Dylan Sampson better than him.
Do the Raiders go Mike Green here and get the edge?
I think the Raiders are going to want to. It is Tom Brady, so they may go edge.
Or he may get the kid from Michigan, Will Johnson.
They're saying Will Johnson is looking like a third rounder because of the injury. Will Johnson is slipping, folks, because they're saying there's a knee situation with him. Do the Raiders go Shador? Because if they don't go Shador here, man, the next good spot for him may be New Orleans, and I don't know. I will say this. People may not agree with it, but if Mike Green is there at 44, man, he may be best available, and I may just have to bubble gum my wide receiver and running back positions. But
it's kind of an interesting thing because you said that we was talking earlier. The rest of these receivers outside of the Stanford guy, and the Stanford guy would be a reach at 2. The rest of these receivers are actually the prototypical CeeDee Lamb body type. So now it's like, okay, do we get a carbon copy of CeeDee Lamb? If you choose to do that, you got to hope Luther Burton is there.
Well, Trey Harris is a little bit bigger. He's 6'2". Jalen Nolan, Burton, those are the 5'10", 5'11" type guys. Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing.
The next big. Miami has traded in
with the Raiders. Yes,
with the Raiders.
Will Miami go Will Johnson here, knowing that well, you said he might be slipping to the third.
They could go Will Johnson.
Saying that Jalen Ramsey was on the.
They could go Will Johnson, but I could see them going Luther Burton. I could see them trading in for them, or they could
Miami.
Yeah, or they could be trading in for the running back.
Trade Luther, get Luther Burton and have Tyreek out there dangling Tyreek.
You just don't know what's going on with Tyreek.
That's the thing. It's always something going on with these. Unfortunately, it's a lot of off the field stuff going on with these guys. Most people will say it's so much to do about nothing, but at the end of the day, it's a lot going on. The Browns have really done well this draft, whether people realize it or not. You get Junkins, you get your linebacker, and you get not Cam Ward. You get the other dude. Like the Browns is all right. You get Graham, Junkins. The linebacker, the Browns is okay. I guess for those draft pundits, they'll say, "Oh yeah."
Ooh. Yeah. Whoever it is, they must really like them. They gave up a second, a third, and a fourth.
Miami?
They gave up their second, their third, and their fourth.
Wow.
So they're not going to pick again till 143.
Raiders had to make that trade, huh?
They had no choice. Maybe it's one of the edges. Maybe Mike Green. Maybe Benjamin Morrison.
Pair him with Grant.
Maybe Travion Henderson. Nah. They gave up too much for him. What the hell is Chris Greer doing? He got the big guard from Arizona, Jonas Saravana. Huge, but You gave up a lot for that. Does Rabel go defense?
Yeah, that's a lot. They gave up a lot, Wayne.
They did.
So, folks, for anybody that had a problem with the guards going so early in the first round, and it was three guards drafted in the first round. And if you notice, what these teams are realizing is you got to protect your quarterback and you got to protect the middle of your line. That would be my narrative of this draft. These guys are going back to bully. A lot of these teams are going back to trying to solidify their lines and playing bully ball football. When you see guards getting drafted more than tackles, basically, or on pars with tackles, that's telling you a lot of teams are going to try to run at you and protect the middle of the pocket. And it's a good thing because football is football no matter what. It doesn't change.
Yeah. I think at this point the Cowboys are gonna have to go best available. Travion Henderson is not getting to them. He's not getting to them. There's no way. Cleveland is not gonna. I mean, Chicago's not gonna take a running back. And after this New England pick, Chicago has two of the next three. So the dream of having that Booker kid and well, listen, there is a kid. Um, I did 3 player profiles. Wyatt Malum, Benjamin Morrison, and the big and my man Princely. And I'm a big Benjamin Morrison fan, but if the Cowboys, who are known to take injury risks in the second round, if they're gonna take an injury risk, it's gonna be Will Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm a big time Michigan fan. If the Cowboys were to take Will Johnson at 44, I would not would not be upset. But I do want to get a running back, man. And if we don't, it's a good point. It's a good point. Ian Rappaport, I like the rap sheet. He said, if you're wondering what the league thought about Iowa State's Jaden Higgins, 2 teams, the Titans and the Raiders, both traded out their next picks after the Texans took him. And he was that wide receiver that was flying up the boards. Now, I mean, you got Luther Burton there. I mean, at 44, if people remember the top 50 list that Q put up for me last night, Burton was my number 7, man, in my top 50. So if he's there, you take him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think San Francisco may take a flyer on him. Folks, Nick Skirton is still out there. He seems like a Mike Rabel type player to me. Gotta remember, Mike Green is still out there, man. TJ Sanders is still out there too. A nice defensive tackle that I like.
Look like the Cowboys war room. They just talking right now. The usual
Yeah,
suspect.
they're still far away. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks after this. So there's 6 players. And it's Travion Henderson. So wow. Players really flew off the board on Dallas that they could have really considered. So now I just want Dallas to go best available, man, because
That's who New England got, Trayvon Henderson.
Travion Henderson is a perfect place for him to go to. So I came into this saying I wanted Higgins, Henderson, Judkins, or Burton, and they're gone. I knew Henderson wouldn't make it to 44. I am sure Chicago's probably scrambling. If they take Caleb Johnson, the Cowboys may have to reach. Cowboys may wait to the 3rd round to get their running back. I know they like the Tootin guy. I know they like Sampson. I really wanted the Cowboys to try to trade up because I knew it was going to be a run on these good players. And so now I went into this draft wanting the Cowboys to come out of the 2nd and 3rd rounds with a running back and a wide receiver. But I may have to change that now. Travion Henderson was the perfect back to fit into the Cowboys system. New England's a good spot for him. He'll be a pro up there, and I'm not even sure I know who their running backs are up there in New England. So he's a good kid. He's from the Commonwealth of Virginia. The Shedeur Sanders slide continues. And I'm telling you, man, there's not a lot of spots where I see him going.
Mm. Would the Bears get Caleb Johnson?
They could. I mean, I just think the Cowboys, they're not going to get a running back in the 2nd round now. The value now for running back would be in the 3rd round.
Mm.
The Bears could maybe go Burton because they let Keenan Allen go.
Interesting how this is folding.
Yeah, 44 was just too far to get some of these running backs.
The Bears taking this clock down to the wire.
But the Cowboys may not be able to wait on a running back. They may not be able to wait. So I'm a Caleb Johnson fan. I don't know if the Bears may be a Caleb Johnson fan. I am not a Scatterboo fan. I want no parts of him. Caleb Johnson's a big running back. He's 6'1", 224 pounds. They probably went Luther Burton. They probably went Burton. When you want these people to jump the picks, they're not. They went Luther Burton. Makes sense.
Wow. Wow.
I got no one left from the five that I was hoping would get.
Corners
24.
in play now, Dwayne. You
Yeah, I really don't want that. I really don't want that. This team needs offensive weapons. I still personally, if I was in the Cowboys draft room, there are 3 players I would be looking at right now. I would be looking at Caleb Johnson, the running back from Iowa. I would be looking at Dylan Simpson, the running back at Tennessee, because this run on running backs early and wide receivers early, you're not going to get quality at 7.
Might get pushed out, and they don't got no 4th round pick, so they got to.
So, I like Caleb Johnson a lot. A lot of people don't like him because they say he's a straight line runner. I like Dylan Sampson too. And there are rumors that the Cowboys were in talks with the Jets for Breece Hall. That may be something they definitely have to do. That is a nice offensive weapons for Ben Johnson, where you now got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burton, and Colton Loveland.
And the tight end that's pretty decent that was already there.
There'll be no excuse. Yeah, they got commit too. There'll be no excuses for Caleb.
He got weapons now. He got weapons.
And you still got Sweat. And Chicago's in play. Chicago's still in play for one of these 2 running backs, either Johnson or Sampson.
And Luther Burton was majority of people's. He was a 1st round draft grade, so this is a high value pick for Chicago. I don't even know why a lot of people don't know why he slipped in the draft, which is amazing. But at the end of the day, you don't slip in the draft. I shouldn't even use that phrase.
Who you mean?
Burton.
No, it's known why. People don't see him as an X or a Z. They only see him as a slot.
Wow.
And so that's why he went in the 2nd round. He looks a lot bigger on film, but he's not really a big man.
Zay Flowers, size like that.
Like that. Two edge rushers are still out there. If Shedeur don't go here, and yes, we're gonna do the Shedeur watch, folks. We have to. It's the story of the draft. If he's not here, maybe the Raiders, or maybe he ain't going to like the third round. I really believe if it was Shedeur, X would be going crazy already. It's a quarterback, and it's not Shedeur Sanders. I thought the Louisville quarterback would go before Shedeur, and he has. So the Louisville quarterback is going to New Orleans. That means
it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me with Kellen Moore. I mean, and the reason why is because you got a young coach there, Mickey Loomis, and them. Like, we have to understand. And though we and most people grew up as fans of Deion Sanders, you have to understand it's like he's hovering over you by just being. He's not Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, with a player that we think when it comes to his son. He's a father that cares about his son. So a tweet could mess up what you're trying to build with Shedeur. Right, wrong, and indifferent. It's just it is what it is.
You got 3 more picks before Dallas. Chicago, I would have to think, is taking the defensive player at this point. The Jets, I don't know what they're going to do. And then the 49ers. So depending on what the Cowboys want to do, I would grab a running back. I would. And if I was grabbing a running back at this point, it would be the 6'1", 224-pound Caleb Johnson. That's who it would be for me. There was a run on them good players, man. Jesus. Now, Stephen Jones, for what it's worth, did say earlier today he's not stressed to take a wide receiver or a running back in the second and third. So they may just go right off their board, and that could be anybody.
Folks, this Tyler Shuck pick is interesting because I won't say he's better than Shedeur, but it's not about being better than Shedeur at this point. It's the pick is the pick.
Oh, what did Chicago trade it?
Yeah, Buffalo's on the clock. Well, Buffalo.
They're having issues with James Cook. They're having a lot of issues with contracts with him, they could be coming in to get a running back to get ahead of the Cowboys. Zach Wolchek, who I trust as a Cowboy insider, is saying, think these names for the Cowboys at 44: Mike Green, Chevron Revell, Benjamin Morrison, the safety from Texas, Makuba, the edge from Boston College, and the running back Caleb Johnson from Iowa. I'm hoping beyond hope that Buffalo is not taking the running back from Iowa, because if they do, then it's just over for the Cowboys, in my opinion, at 44. This just felt wrong for the Cowboys. Just too far to go when you're at 12 in a round. It's just, I wish they would have traded up a little bit, but
Something's going on in the war room.
I've seen this. Read it. Yeah, I've seen this before.
So Cowboys is debating. Will McClay is debating something.
I think Will had an idea when he walked in this room today. There's somebody he wanted, and it's Britton Clay.
Will looking real intently. It's a good selection for the Bills. It's a player that I like. It's a player that I had on my top 50. It's the defensive tackle, DJ Sanders. I like him a lot.
Will McClay is fighting them. Whatever they talking about doing, I got a feeling that Dallas is trying to trade down, Dwayne, and pick up a 4.
Oh, come on, Rich Eisen. Don't do that.
Buffalo went with TJ Sanders.
The Jets picked this quick. Do they get them a corner to go opposite
Sauce.
Yeah. Or do they go edge? Still got Mike Green there. Still got the Boston College edge. Once this saga is over, one thing I will be interested in is what Deion says. I don't think he's going to say anything until his son is drafted. And I think he's going to be very careful because if he says too much, he got another son that could be picked tomorrow or could be an undrafted free agent.
Sanders, what the heck? First off, let me start with this. Tyler Shuck's 25. Quarterbacks drafted age 25 or later have not had success in the National Football League. They just haven't. AI is old news with artificial intelligence. That's the future. Picture your perfect apartment functions. Just as an idea. And now it's up there. Apartments.com. What if you wanted to place food? This is around this stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn. This stuff works on dandelions, crabgrass. This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed for your money back. This stuff works on big lawns, small lawns, and I guess you could call it a long lawns. This stuff works without killing your lawn. This stuff works without killing your weekend. This stuff works for the rookies and the seasoned pros. This stuff works in Knoxville, Bronxville, Rockville, Marysville. This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works. Verizon Small Business Days are back. Our experts are closer than you think.
Hey, Dwayne, turn your TV down just a little bit. The Jets pick is in.
It's a nice pick.
Yeah, very good pick for them.
It's a position of need. At this point, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm trying to trade down
Yeah.
and maybe recoup my fourth round pick. I think I trade down here if I can. If I stick, I'm probably going defense at this point. I don't know. You got to look in at the war room.
The camera ain't on them right now. I double back when they come on them. I could see Dallas going edge here. Edge a cornerback here, Dwayne, if they keep that pick.
I still would go with Caleb Johnson myself. I don't think he's that big of a difference from the two Ohio State running backs. I think he's the next running back off the board. You know, he's 6'1", 224-pound running back.
Caleb Johnson?
Yeah.
This is pretty big.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah.
I like to pick for the Jets, you know. Got those
Very
family.
good pick.
Who the heck is this? 49ers could go corner.
See if he can get back around to the.
Still in that war room talking. All right, fist. Steven's giving out fist pumps. Okay, the D-line coach is the one that fist pumped it, Steven. Cowboys is on the phone.
This might be Mike Green or the
Steven's
edge from
on the
Boston.
phone.
Huh?
Steven is on the phone, so you know what he doing. Usually it's Will on the phone and he gives the phone to Jerry. Or Steven might be calling the picking. My bad, Dwayne.
Well, no, they could be. If it's Steven on the phone, they're completing a trade. Steven doesn't talk to prospects. It's Will to Jerry, then the coordinators. So if Steven's on the phone with somebody, that may be a trade. Oh, he was one that the Cowboys loved. Alfred Collins was one that the Cowboys loved.
The 49ers got him? Dwayne, great pick.
49ers
Great
got him.
pick. Great pick. Their defensive line. They getting Nick Bosa some help. You got the other pass rusher they got yesterday. Great. That was a great pick by the 49ers. I thought he would be a third round pick, Dwayne, but that's a good pick for them.
Well, it looks like the Cowboys are going to take the edge from Boston College. He's a player. He's definitely a player. Because they said that the D-line coach, Whitsock or whatever his name, was in there.
Yeah.
Sounds like they look happy. So it sounds like it's the edge from Boston College. It's a good player. He's a really good player. And the Cowboys are being who they are. They draft the trenches, man.
The Cowboys, they agree on their pick. They all clapping. Will's on the phone. Hold on. There you go, Wayne. They happy in the war room.
A selection here. Jerry Jones is on the clock. He is on the phone as well. Everybody high-fiving. And it looks like Will's getting a little.
They happy. They got their guy. The scouts is happy.
A little extra there.
He fought. He obviously fought in this room for a player, and and I think he had an idea of the guy.
Wilcott is going crazy,
and him and Coach Schottenheimer and Stephen Jones were in the war room early. Will was standing up behind his chair, and he was looking at the board, and he was trying to explain the vision he had for this player. I think this is
Eberflus is there. Yeah, this is definitely a defensive guy, Dwayne.
They already said it. Cowboys insiders have already confirmed.
Hug to Brian Schottenheimer.
I mean, unfortunately for me, they didn't get done what I wanted to get done in the first 2 days, which come away with a receiver and a running back. Unless they got some trade opportunities, there are some receivers and free agencies. Your Keenan Allens, your Amari Coopers. And they could still get them a running back in the third, maybe, um, or a receiver. One receiver that I'm keeping an eye on is Savion Williams because he's 6'4", 222.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about this edge, Dwayne.
Yeah, he's a decent player. I mean, he's to me he's undersized at 240 pounds, but he's rangy. I mean, he's lanky, even though he's 6'3". He's slippery. He could chase stuff down. I don't know what he is against the run. Daniel Jeremiah has him fourth on his list right now. ESPN has him as their third best available. So Cowboys are going with the best. They're going to their board. And it looks like Will McClay was stomping hard for this kid. And so that's, hey, man, you got another edge. You got another person to go get after the quarterback. That run on running backs hurt the Cowboys. Those two Ohio State. I didn't think Junkins would go that early as he did. Big Trav. I'm going to mute my thing because I want to hear the breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Good pick for the Cowboys. Edge, man. You never have enough. You never. They got the edge from Boston College. You never have enough. You never have enough pass rushers. That's just the way the NFL goes. Never have enough guys to get after the quarterback. Nick Harris of DallasCowboys.com had him as he was his last first round grade and he was his best pass rusher. So, I mean, he get after the quarterback.
We love, again, we speak of Dane Bugler all the time. Dane Bugler had him as his 22nd overall prospect.
And we got
First
him at 44.
grade.
Yeah.
A little bit of what Dane said about this player. Rushing the passer is his calling card. And he has the arc, acceleration, body flexibility, long active arms to break down the balance of blockers. He has NFL starter level talent. And his tape says he's more than a designated pass rusher. And to that point, Mel Kiper was like, you're talking about more than just a pass rusher. You're talking about a kid that had 80 tackles. John Oning, who's another guy that me and Quentin likes. He was all over this, folks. He was all over it. I'm going to find his post from about 3 hours ago.
This was just the guy he earmarked away for the second round?
Like 3 hours. This is and one of the YouTube content people that we love, that I love, I'm not going to say Quentin love, who was very critical of the Cowboys' first pick, just said the Cowboys stole from the NFL with this pick. So I didn't get the wide receiver and the running back that I wanted. But him, Micah, Fowler,
Sam
Williams,
Nealon.
they're going to get after the quarterback.
Plus has the opportunity to have 3 pass rushers on the field because somebody could play that outside linebacker. It's interesting because Eberflus is not known to blitz.
Todd Archer, 4 hours ago. Some names to consider in the second round, third rounds for the Cowboys. The first name he listed was the edge. He's saying Will Johnson or Revel in the third. And everybody is saying the Cowboys love the running back from Virginia Tech, who should be there at 76, to be honest. So, John Owen, 2 hours ago. So you're talking 6 o'clock, an hour before the draft. This is what he tweeted. I know most people want a wide receiver, corner, running back at 44. But if Donovan is available there, I will fight each and every one of you to the end of time for the Cowboys to get him. He said, my God, that would be amazing. So you can only imagine how crazy he's going right now. And it's interesting. When it was announced, he put out an expletive that starts with the letter F, and he put 8 S's on the word yes. And so these guys are pretty slick. He showed the one-on-ones between this edge that's going to Dallas. They're probably going to take Caleb Johnson, the Rams. This kid going up against the Redskins the Commanders' number 1 pick. And folks, I'm just going to say he was straight whipping him.
They just happen to have that film ready, huh? I like the pick, man. You know, it's funny because at the end of the day, Dwayne, we always talk about it. The Cowboys, Will McClay and that staff, they do certain things, and sometimes a person may not understand it, but they stick to their board. They don't chase their board.
And you know why I love him. You know why I love him. Tell the people why I love him, Q.
Who?
Tell the
The-
people why I love this edge rusher.
He takes you physically.
Jersey.
He's from Williamstown, right?
He's from Jersey, brother. Played at Williamstown High School, which is a very good high school in South Jersey. So, ooh, that's a reach. I'm sorry. I hate to call a kid a reach. They took Terrence Ferguson now? All right. So, little tidbit. Tyler Booker is from New Haven, Connecticut, but he played his first 2 years of high school football. Matter of fact, his first 3 years of high school football, I believe, at Bergen Catholic in New Jersey. And then he wrapped up at IMG. This edge rusher is from Williamstown, man. And I love Jersey football, man. Think about this. This young man had 80 tackles and 16 and a half sacks. Do I need to say that again?
He don't just get after the quarterback. A lot of 5-2 might get played, but it was a lot of 5-2. Boy, I see what they trying to do down there. They trying to listen.
There's a never mind. I was about to tell on myself. But there's a special young lady that lives in Williamstown, New Jersey, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the pick is in for the Cardinals.
And I like the player that the Cardinals picked. I like him. Has a motor, Big Ten player.
And if you see these defensive players are going fast. Wow.
Shout out to one of my really good friends, and I know Quentin won't mind.
No. Talk to us about the Cardinals pick, Dwayne. What it means to you.
It means everything.
That he slipped this in this draft like this.
But it means everything to me. This is a wonderful landing spot for this young man. This young man, to me, was the best corner in the draft. And I think the Arizona Cardinals just got the steal of the draft. This kid, for 2 years, you couldn't throw on him. He's an interception machine, and he'll take it to the house.
NFL Network always does a comp. They comped him to Richard Sherman.
He's big. He's physical. He will hit you in the run game. He will smack you in the mouth. He's the best cover corner in this draft. Now, they say he has some type of knee, but this is a real value pick. This is interesting that Houston's coming in here. It may be for Jalen Nolan. As I was saying before, Q asked me to talk about this pick. There's a gentleman named Mark Tribble who's a really good friend of mine. He's the Hat Man, and he is a big Philly sports fan. He's a big Eagles fan. He can't stand the Dallas Cowboys, any day of the week and twice on Sundays. He is known in South Jersey. He gave me this kid's nickname. This kid goes by EZ. He said EZ will do great. He is an absolute steal for the Dallas Cowboys. And he's a great person from a great family, most of all. So there you go. Character. Cowboys got two big character guys. Texans are willing and dealing, man. Do they come get Mike Green and put him on the other side of Now, I didn't think that Will Campbell got picked by the car. When you said that to me, I got a little distracted.
Oh, Will Johnson? By the
No, the
Cardinals?
Colts pick. I missed the Colts pick.
Oh, okay.
They took JT.
They got the other
Ohio
pass
State.
rusher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Will Johnson, Dwayne.
I'm about to send you something. How can this person say this after the way they acted yesterday and part of today? Not that it matters. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Not that it matters. There's people all over X saying, if you thought the Cowboys didn't get value at 12 last night with Tyler Booker, they doubled the value getting this edge rusher at 44. A lot of people don't know how he made it to 44 for the Cowboys. Daniel Jeremiah was like, there's no way I thought this kid would make it to 44. That's why he had him 30 on his board. This is a very value pick, and that's why they went crazy in that draft room like that. So we got to wait to 76, and Tootin is a name you should watch out for at 76. I don't know that Caleb Johnson would make it to 76. I would love to see him make it there because I'm a big fan of his. But, you know, if you don't get the running back and the wide receiver, you get two big character guys, and you get, I'm sure Micah Parsons is loving life right now because you got another kid, man. He has 16 and a half sacks in the ACC. So your defensive end room for the Dallas Cowboys right now is Micah Parsons, Dante Fowler Jr., Sam Williams, Peyton Turner, EZ, and Nealon.
That's a lot of guys.
Rest up, Jalen Hurts. Rest up, Jaden Daniels. We coming to eat. Flu's gonna have these guys. Yo, we coming to eat, man.
Excuse me.
Can you say what you say
What,
before I play this?
Oh, fair use, fair use. What we're about to play is part of Fair Use Act.
This is one of me and Quentin's favorite film evaluator experts talking about what the Cowboys just did.
Donovan has a Ryaku right here from Boston College. Cowboys' second pick right here. And his ability to get inside and then like this right here. You see that positioning? Like, he's not Micah. All right, he's not Micah, but he's got an ability to bend and to run and to chase. He's been excellent. Massive production. All right, a stand-up defensive end, 2-point stance. South Jersey kid. Jersey strong, all right? I grew up just off of the bridge of the Walt Whitman Bridge in South Jersey right here. But you watch this right here. Like, watch the spin to win. See that? In the spin, watch the hook. See, he's got that hook. Now the tackle's wasted. Now get there and get to the quarterback. He's got a variety of moves, all right? He's pretty advanced when it comes to it. Like, you watch him right here. Like, the spin right here is because he doesn't want to get deeper than the quarterback. Watch. Don't get deeper than the quarterback. He's smart like that. Now spin inside and get a hit. Get to the quarterback. Like, he understands what hunting is all about. They need a guy opposite of Micah right now. All right, so here you go. Like, you watch this twist right here. Nice twist. Here you go. There it is. Now, see that? Now he comes inside. Now watch him. He's already setting up the guard. Bam. Now swing the guard. All right? Pretty advanced. Pretty advanced in what he does and how he wins consistently over the last 3 years at Boston College. All right? Let's watch him right here. Hit him with the cross chop. Watch this right here. This is an excellent move. Like, it's not easy to do. Here it is. There's the cross chop. Now watch the right foot. Watch the right foot get through.
Okay, the Texans traded back up and they took a kid that's on my top 50. The big offensive tackle from the University of Minnesota rode a boat. He down there with my man PJ Fleck. Big kid. I believe that I have him highlighted as one of the ones to watch. Did I have him as one to watch?
Kid from Minnesota.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I did. And I had him at 17. I had him 17 on my board. And the Texans got him in the second round. He is a mauler. I think the Houston Texans have knocked this draft out the box. Now, interesting. My number 6 person in my top 50, Nick Scruton, is still out there. Benjamin Morrison, still out there. Siobhan Ravel, still out there. Wyatt Millam, still out there. Trey Amos is still out there. Princely is still out there. Cam Williams from Texas still out there. Caleb Johnson still out there. I had Caleb Johnson at 36. I had him above some running backs that have already been chosen. Like, you can't teach 6'1", 224. You can't teach that. Yeah. It's a lot of people that's still out there, man. But I'm not upset with the first 2 Cowboy picks. They're trenches is what the Cowboys do. There's rumors that they're in trade conversations for running backs and wide receivers. So
I think that's definitely in play now.
mhm.
Yeah, looking at highlights is easy. You could clearly see that 2-point stand is very intimidating, screaming off your edge. I could just see the package now, Dwayne. Definitely get him acclimated early in the league.
Coach Tim Breaker, who is a state championship coach this year at Glasgow High School, has posted your newest Dallas Cowboy, EZ. Congratulations, nephew. So this is a big boon in South Jersey. It's Eagle country, but they rooting for this Cowboy player. And, got good connections out there. But I tell you, man, I can't. Jersey Sports Zone is putting up high school highlights of him. I'll send that to you.
I'm looking at the tweet, the guy from Twitter you sent me. Come on, man.
Come on.
And then the craziest thing is that he said it's still a place for Neyland. Neyland, it's still a place for Sam Williams, still a place for Fowler. Like, relax, dude.
Neyland is Tyrone Crawford. Neyland's one that can move inside. He can also play outside. And the Cowboys they're gonna hunt, man. I'm gonna ask you a question. And this is the last time I'm gonna ask you tonight. Does Shedeur have to wait till Saturday?
Yes. Yes. The draft is moving right along. Nobody's thinking about him right now. And I hate to say it like that, but it's these teams are picking. They doing what they're doing. They're sticking to their board, man. They took him for some reason. They took him off this board. And Dwayne, I wanted to tell you, I know you were upset about your guys, but remember the tidbit I told you yesterday. Saturday night, Sunday, don't be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys signed Isaiah Bond.
I want Isaiah Bond.
It's coming, Dwayne. It's coming. And anybody that knows that this pick for the Cowboys in the second round might be the cleanest second round pick the Cowboys have. Well, no, Schoonmaker was clean as well. No, Schoon was a little injuries, but the Cowboys usually never have a clean
That's
pick.
a boy?
Well, remember they said
That's your boy.
who?
The big fella from Miami.
The running back?
Tight end.
Oh yeah.
Look at him on those seam routes.
Arroyo.
Seattle. That's a Mike McDonald pick.
Arroyo. Yeah, Arroyo is a quarterback's best friend. He's huge. He's huge. He's not Jimmy Graham. For those that are Miami that know about Miami, he's not Shockey. He's not of that mold. Not the Olsen. He's a pretty good player, and he can block. But he's more of a catcher than a blocker. He can line up inside and outside.
Now everyone's talking about Shedeur, but Jalen Milroe's still out there.
I had a shout out to Derek Eagleton. I love the way that the Dallas Cowboys do their draft show. What they do is their draft show, you guys, they have 7 guys, and they rotate the 7 guys for a 5-person panel throughout the day. Really good. You get a different insight from different guys at different points during the draft. And all of them, Tommy Yorish, Nick Harris, Wolchuk, Brian Broaddus, Vouch, Lombardi. I got to give them a shout out because these guys are doing a masterful job today. Kyle Yumas. I don't want to miss none of these guys. Miss none of these.
I'll tell you something. I like the Carolina Panthers. I like what they're doing. They just took a kid that I love, Nick Scrutton. I know Q's been putting up my list. He's the top 10 to me, man. Look at him. Look at him in the highlights, man. This kid is a solid edge, man. Solid. Those are 2 picks by the Panthers of kids that I had in the top 10.
And Scruton was your number 6, and he was starred.
Yes, as
And
one
he
of
was starred. And he was starred.
So can we look at that again? Can we look at that list again? Who am I missing?
It's 1 through 10 right there.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 20, 21, 22,
24 is the only one missing there.
23. Okay, 24 is on. Okay, I'm not doing bad, man. That's what that tells me.
Here, Amos didn't get picked yet. Pierce did Pierce get picked already?
Pierce got picked, yeah. No Bond, no Princely, no Cameron Williams yet, no Caleb Johnson, no Overton, no Norman Lott, no Porter, no Watts, no
Hey,
John.
hey, Dwayne, I'm shocked about Watts.
I'm very shocked. Ooh. Tennessee came up and got the edge from UCLA. Why is nobody taking Princely, man?
And folks, I don't know if you guys noticed, this second round is about getting to the quarterback. It's a lot of edges that won. I think at least 5 edges went to the second round.
So in 2022, and now listen, the Cowboys are who they are. We may want them to be a certain way. They take first round offensive linemen and they take second round defensive ends. 2022, first round O lineman, second round defensive end. 2024, first round O lineman, second round defensive end. And now 2025, first round O lineman, second round defensive end.
Hey, who did they get in the third round of 2014?
Who?
I'm asking. I'm just asking. Do you know?
2014? I can't remember.
And the reason why I say this to you, Dwayne, this draft reminds me 11 years ago, the Cowboys drafted Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence, a guard and an end. In this draft,
all you gotta do is look at 2022. Smith, and Sam Williams. 2020.
Who's the third round in that draft?
I have no idea, but I'm just saying their first 2.
Okay.
2024, Guyton, Nealon. 2025, Booker, Easy. It's who they are. We could want them to take all these skill position players. They're not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. It's not who they are.
These edges flew off quick. Still got Jordan Birch, Landon Jackson. I thought Xavier Watts would have got drafted by now.
So they asked EZ in the interview. He said he grew up an Eagles fan. That has come to an end. They asked him, how was watching this year's Super Bowl? He said, that was pretty cool, but it was my last game as an Eagles fan.
I got the player, Dwayne. Third round. Third round receiver for the Cowboys. I got him.
Who?
Savion Williams.
Who?
Savion Williams.
I don't know who that is.
TCU.
Oh, Savion Williams. Yeah, he's 6'4". Could be there. I don't think it's gonna happen because we're at what, pick 53, and they got to go all the way to 76.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Caleb Johnson fall that far, or Dylan Sampson.
If they would have had a fourth, they probably would have tried to move up, man. Oh, this is where that fourth round pick is.
Todd Archer said the Cowboys' first two picks would show you that they are sticking to their board. Tyler Booker was their highest rated O lineman. Easy had a high second round grade. So far, they're going best player over need. Curious to see how they feel running back, wide receiver, and corner with no fourth rounder. They're going to have to use free agency and potential trade. Great pick. This is a young man. I don't know if Q could potentially pull it up while we're on the draft show. I don't know if he has the capabilities. But this is Benjamin Morrison. This is a great pick for Todd Bowles, man, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is the guy you wanted.
Outside of Will Johnson, he's my second favorite corner. Big. You know, he's only slipped in this draft because he had hip surgery. He had a little bit of situation with his shoulder. But this dude locks in on you, man. He locks in on you. He tackles well. In 2022, he has 6 interceptions. And when he gets the interceptions, man, he goes. He takes it to the house. This is a Todd Bowles cornerback. This is an excellent, excellent pick at 53. Excellent. These picks are flying. The Packers are already in. Easy had a draft party, and some of the people in the draft party had Eagles gear on. He said, you either got to leave or take that off.
Between him and Booker, they might be crazier than Micah.
I love that Benjamin Morris pick. Check out our page, man. If you look at our page, he is one of 3 players. He's one of 3 that I profiled. I also believe I had him at 18. Did I have him at 18? I'm going off the top of my head.
You have Ravel at 18, 16.
Had him at 16. So I think Ravel comes off this board soon. I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers take Ravel at 54. Think we may get a run on corner. You may see Amos here. Trey Amos. Right now, the people that get after the passer and defend the pass are the ones that have been drafted. I gotta tell you, I can't wait to hear the audio of Will Johnson. I'm so happy for that man. Hold on.
Got that tackle. You on mute.
Another big wide out off the board. I love this kid. He goes, gets it. It's a Jim Harbaugh special right here. He's a big kid. Look at him. See, these big receivers are going off the board. You may be right. They may have to go with the Williams kid at 76. Yeah, I like that kid. He was another one I identified that I hope could slip.
Mm-hmm.
6'2", 205. Pretty big kid.
All your big guys is going, Wayne.
Yeah, the big receivers. The Bears didn't take a running back, did they?
No.
They're probably going to take Caleb Johnson. But they've gone offense so much. They got to give Dennis Allen something to play with. Are they the ones that stopped the Mike Green slide? You want a couple of names? I know we're still in the
Definitely.
second
Give us some
round.
names, Dwayne.
Do you want me to give them to you at the start of the third?
Yeah, start at third. We'll go through it.
We'll go through them. I will say this. There may be a family reunion in Dallas in the third round.
Who?
There may be a family reunion in Dallas in the third round.
Ferguson?
No. Think Wanye Thomas.
His brother. Yeah. Dwayne. Where's Sanders going?
You said what Sanders?
Shador.
He may not go to the Steelers. And that's at like 80 something. Who's really going to take the gamble now?
Wow.
And wherever he goes now, is he a starter? And what's the narrative, bro? What did we say earlier? What was one of the main things we said about the Cowboys' first two picks?
Character.
Brian Schottenheimer. Character matters, is what he said.
That was a statement. This is a coach's son, man, all the way. I know a lot of people say, well, why he never got a job? Why nobody never offered him the opportunity? I just think that before he has coached one play in the NFL, I don't know what it is, Dwayne. We talked about Shotty 4 years ago. You was like, yo, I want him in the building, and he happened to be in the building. And I'm going to go on record and keep saying, I don't know what he's doing. Everybody that he touches that comes in that building, they love him. From players to management to recruits. I don't know what shot he got. We've never seen him as a head coach, but everybody speaks highly of him.
Yeah.
And with the 47th pick,
You know it's bad when the Bears bringing out a daggone wrestler. It's now 10 pick. I tell you, the NFL, boy, it's a show, man. The NFL is definitely a show.
It's crazy. I just thought of something very interesting. Two guys that battled the heck out of each other for years are now teammates. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Will Johnson. And Will Johnson
Wow.
shut Marvin Harrison Jr. down.
Wow. Wow. We're going to take our intermission at the end of the second for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Bathroom break, stuff like that. So anybody that watched the show will be able to, I had the thing up. The Packers definitely got their fans out there, man.
They do.
It looks beautiful.
It was bad weather today too, rainy and cold. It's a very nice story. The Raiders pick at 58. It's a really feel good story. They took Jack Beck from TCU, the wide receiver, who lost his brother on New Year's with that car situation in New Orleans. I'm surprised.
You surprised the Bears didn't get it, Caleb?
I'm surprised some of the wide receivers that's still on the board and this kid went. But he's a high character guy. More of a possession guy to me. The league's going to let the Ravens do it again, aren't they? The league's at 59 going to allow the Ravens to get Mike Green, aren't they? There has to be another run on the running backs coming.
This is the middle part of this second round was the edge guys, and then Mike. Right as soon as we got to Mike Green, it kind of slowed down. You still got Josiah Stewart.
Yeah, I like Josiah. We all know I love Princely. I'm surprised he's still here. Wide receivers that you could think of: Noel, Royals, Williams, Savion Williams. It's no secret that I love Isaiah Bond. Running back still left: Caleb Johnson, Scatterboo, Sampson, Neal, Giddens, Jordan James, R.J. Harvey, Damian Martinez, and Basul Tootin.
Martinez would be an interesting pick for Dallas. Well,
I think Tootin will be really, really good. Detroit Lions football too. I meant to mention that. Them taking the offensive lineman is not a surprise at all. Holmes, man, he builds in the trenches too. Took a defensive tackle in the first round. Took a guard in the second. We know who the Raiders took, so then you're gonna have Baltimore. You're gonna have Baltimore and Denver to close out round 2. Denver could be in play for a running back. Hold on 1 second.
You called it, Dwayne. Ravens got green.
It's the Ravens, man. I'm sorry, I had to explain to one of my siblings why Shador Sanders hasn't been picked yet. And I want people to please understand, I don't mean any harm with the Shador thing, but there's not a lot of teams that need quarterbacks
How does the Ravens do this, man? Just how, Dwayne?
because they don't always care about what people think as far as character.
Okay. They always just seem to pick the right player. And we talking about even with Ozzy not being there no more, like the footprint is they established something that's just crazy down there.
I may have to go Savion Williams if he's there next go around. That man led the nation with sacks last year, 17. Hopefully in this third round, is it 5 minutes between picks in the third, or is it still? I just need them to speed this up a little bit. Whew.
What's crazy is that the picks are in. It's just the TV's not catching up to what's going on.
So you got Denver and then Washington to close this out.
And then the Chiefs and Washington, right? Chiefs and Eagles.
Denver, Washington to close it out.
Chiefs and Eagles ain't got a pick?
No. It's Denver, Washington. Close out the second. Wait, no, you may be right. It made it look like, yeah, my bad. It's still quite a few picks. You still got the Bears, the Chiefs, and the Eagles. I'm just wishing on the star to get through this thing. This thing is. I'm trying not to.
You and me both.
Trying not to look too relaxed.
I'm looking at you moving, Dwayne. I'm going through it too, bro.
I'm sitting here like trying to super speed through the second round. Not my bad. Jack Beck is a good story. I just think there's better wide receivers than him, folks. And I know beauty's in the eye of the beholder at this point. Washington could potentially go Caleb Johnson. They could go big running back. I'm hoping Washington goes Scatterboo. That's what I'm hoping. And the Dallas Cowboys, once again, if you're a Cowboy fan like me and Quentin, there's a song that I like to play to my boy Craig and Quentin when we're watching the Cowboys. It's a very appropriate song. And
you say that you play this song whether we're winning, whether we're losing, when we're doing good, whether the same song.
The song is by Digital Underground, the same song. We go offensive lineman and then defensive end in the first and second round. 3 of the last 4 years.
Wake us up when the Cowboys do something different.
They're just not drafting skill position players.
You guys in the chat, and I got to give Dwayne credit. And no disrespect to anybody else that does research, but Dwayne was the first person that scanned through our draft picks and was like, "Yo, we haven't picked an offensive player in the first 2 picks in like 20 years."
Except for CeeDee Lamb, and he fell to us at 17. That's it. So, yeah, I like Trey Amos, man. How is Trey Amos not going yet? I believe I had Trey. Let me not believe. Let me go look at it.
Trey Amos is up there
on my list, right?
Yeah. Trey Amos is number 26.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna say this, and Quentin keeps referencing it. I know Isaiah Bond's family. It's kind of unfortunate what's going on with him, but I'll take him in the 5th round if I was Dallas.
Mike Green in 1 round, and then Malachi another round. Fucking guys.
Man, make the pick. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I just get like that. It's always good to see somebody happy when they get drafted, especially after they thought they would get drafted earlier. Could Shedeur Sanders be a day 3 draft pick? Could the watch go into another day? I think the world will go nuts if that happens.
The world will go nuts if he don't get drafted, which is a possibility.
He's gonna get drafted. He'll get drafted. He'll get drafted. May not be tonight. It may be tomorrow.
Wow, look at the emotion from Mike Green, man. Gotta love it, man.
My sister asked me about 2 players, right? She asked me if Shedeur Sanders was going to get picked. And then my big sister asked me if Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State would get picked, because that is a former student of hers in Washington, D.C., where she's been a teacher for 26 years. I got a question for you. You ready? Huh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Will Jalen Milroe get picked before Shedeur Sanders?
Or Quinn Ewers. Dwayne.
Ooh.
Who did Denver get?
Ooh, they went running back, but not the running back I thought they would. As a running back, I thought that would be available there for the Cowboys.
Harvey?
Yeah, R.J. Harvey just went to the Broncos.
Dwayne, he is Sean Payton. He's a Sean Payton running back.
There he is. Will it start another run on running backs? I'm intrigued by what Washington is going to do. Because Princely fits DQ. Wow. Now I don't feel too bad because Zach Wolchuk said the Ravens got his 5th-rated player at 59. That's a great pick by the
Commanders.
Commanders.
Who they get?
I'm a big Trey Amos fan. Now, I don't like the player comp. I don't like them comping him to Patrick Surtain, but Trey Amos can play some football, man. He's another one that I had on my list. I like him a lot. Does Chicago go running back here? Or did they go running back already? Chicago go running back already? No, they didn't.
Mm.
They went offensive lineman. They may go running back here.
Your boy Marcus Mosher, who you can't stand, said Trey Amos is a Dan Quinn cornerback all the way.
All the way. All the way. So we got 3 more picks, man. We're getting there. Damon Woody. It's really not fair what the Ravens have done in this draft. To your point, Jordan Schultz put something on X and it said one veteran scout tells me, of course Sean got him. Of course. Dude can go. Okay. The Bears are taking somebody that I like, man. He was on my list, but he has character issues. They're taking Shamir Turner. They're taking him. I owe the Stewart kid an apology because I confused the 2 of them. There's rumors, and this may not excite Cowboy fans, but the Cowboys, there's word coming out of that war room that they feel they don't have to reach for a wide receiver because they have Mingo.
I thought they would be trying to sell it the day before the draft in their press conference. They got to sell it. They got to sell it. They gave up a 4th-round pick for it, and he really never played really with Dak. So they got to sell that. They got to sell that to the fans. I hate to say it. I know fans will get upset, but they got 3.
And I want a big receiver. He is a
They
big
got 3
receiver.
of them on the roster, and
They got Paris Campbell. A lot of people don't like Paris Campbell. I'm not a Paris Campbell fan, but he's there.
just know that Shoddy, which is crazy, in the job that he got the furthest, the receivers was Wayne Corbett and Jeremiah Quadri. That's all I'm saying. In the ground and pound offense, Whew.
Man, adding Tate Ratledge to that Detroit offensive line is not fair, man. And the thing, and I'm going to get off it, but it's funny to me. They retired this young man's jersey a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I just don't. Whose number did they retire, Mr. Mars? Whose number did they retire?
One Shador Sanders.
You talking about Darren Hagen? Cordell Stewart? What quarterback from Colorado? They
How
Cordell,
crazy will my sister go if the student that she asked me about goes to her favorite team to close out the second round? Somebody said on X, if Shador doesn't get drafted tonight, the NFL is colluding against him and his father. I knew it was going to happen. He's a good player. Another one that was on my top 50 list, Omar Norman Lott, goes to Kansas City. He'll go there and he'll learn from Chris Jones, man. The only reason Omar went this long is he's under 6'2". Started at Arizona State, transferred to Tennessee, which is common nowadays. You get guys playing for multiple schools. And so your Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock to end it. And I think they may get one of the players that I highlighted. The edge rusher. Trench work. A lot of these teams is doing trench work, man.
Oh, I forgot. ETN is still available.
For who?
The running back from Georgia.
There's a lot of better running backs available than ETN. Telling you, I don't think he makes it to 76.
Caleb Johnson?
If he's there, run that card in, man. He's 6'1", he's 224 pounds, man. I mean, the Eagles may take him and just put him behind Saquon. I wouldn't mind Jalen Nolan, the wide receiver from Iowa
Iowa
State.
State.
I wouldn't mind Williams, the big wide receiver from TCU. I wouldn't mind Kyle Williams from Washington State. I wouldn't mind, of course,
There's
Caleb.
only one player that you don't want on your team in the rest of the draft, right? One guy, right?
Yeah, Scatterbone.
Me and you together on this. We do not want him on our team.
And that'll be who we pick. Because it's the type of day I've been having today. My call out here, man, I think the Eagles go with Princely.
Yeah, they need an edge.
Tonight, they're not really jumping the picks like I want them to. Jump the picks tonight. Will Howie Roseman stop the Shedeur Sanders slide and make him Jalen Hurts' backup?
We should get drafted in the 3rd round.
There's 2 safeties that I like that Cowboys could look at. Watts and Winston. So that's 2 rounds. No Shedeur Sanders. And the world is going crazy.
So we're going to take a break, you guys, and we'll be back to the top of the 3rd. Dwayne. And the Giants selected Toledo defensive tackle. Chiefs selected the edge,
3-2 pitch.
Gilliard.
Deflected it just enough to slow it down. Abrams never stopped around third. Taylor's throw hit the mound. And Abrams is able to score the winning run as the Nats rally for two in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Mets 5-4. And the Mets' 7-game winning streak has come to an untimely end.
You all right, Wayne?
You have a small business. You might not know you could be wasting money.
Wayne.
Paying for stuff you don't need. Until now. Introducing the new MyBiz plan from Verizon.
I didn't know you were back.
Will Cleveland pick him?
I'm not trying to get myself too amped up. You know I'm not into player comps, but I'm gonna give you one. DeMarco Murray.
Caleb Johnson. Does he fumble?
But you know I love the two wide receivers from Iowa State. And Jalen Nolan is there. Should I share with you my last tweet and maybe you could put it up on the screen?
Hold up, Wayne. I'm gonna do something for you.
I can't share it on this end, bro. Yo, I'm so nervous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I don't think he gonna make it.
What's your Twitter handle again?
DLM718A.
I just followed you. What? Let me see what you tweeted.
One thing
That's
of
your
note.
tweet.
Yes. One thing of note, the corner Ravel, his surgery was done by the medical people of the Dallas Cowboys.
Mr. Dr. Cooper again.
I don't think he's going to make it all the way to us. So Vegas already took a running back. New England already took a running back. Denver already took a running back. The Jets got running backs. Detroit just traded in ahead of the Cowboys.
They ain't gonna get a running back. They got they got two of them already. They're gonna go defense. They might go corner.
Do we go running back or do we go wide receiver?
I think they'll go wide receiver.
You
For
got to
some
keep
reason-
an eye. You got to keep an eye on the war room, bro.
Jerry's not in there. Will's not in there.
I got to be honest with people. I would have been fine with Caleb Johnson at 44. So if we can get him at 76, I'd be ecstatic. Very good defensive back. I like him from Ohio State. Bigger corner.
What'd you just say?
Did I say Ohio State or Iowa?
Yeah. You said
Oh, man.
Ohio State.
Man, it's late.
You never say that name, though. You never said Ohio State.
Yeah, that was a slip of the tongue.
Bro, if you tired, we could close the show down after the Cowboy pick. I don't blame you. I'm tired
that's
too.
a-
So
Listen, that's up to you, man. I mean, I don't mind staying in because you know the intrigue is out there. Pittsburgh is at 80 again, bro. Can't leave before that Pittsburgh pick. Can't.
they are the one team that need a quarterback. That's the crazy part.
Can't leave before that pick, man. Mike Vrabel gonna take Ravel. I got a feeling. Or he may take Princely. I can't believe Princely is still out here, man.
I thought the Eagles would have got Princely. Who did the Eagles get?
Oh, they took Cowboy Nation went crazy when they drafted.
Who?
They took Makuba out of Texas, the safety. I want Caleb Johnson. I want Caleb Johnson
You said
or Dylan Sampson. But I really want Caleb Johnson, man. Let me check Twitter for some of these Cowboy guys. Let me go John Owning. He's not saying anything. Let me go Zach.
Walchuk is in the room, Dwayne.
Who?
Walchuk?
Who the hell is that?
You said Zach Walchuk, right?
No, I'm talking about on Twitter.
Oh.
He's not saying anything. What about Nick Harris?
Nick Harris is in the room.
Yeah, but they've been tweeting all night too, even though they're in the room. They've gone radio silent.
Yes, Nick Harris, Bobby, Yarnish, Vouch. It's funny. All four of them picked up their phone at the same time.
That's a good pick by the Patriots. They took Kyle Williams, so they took one of the wide receivers I like. So
Josiah Stewart is still there.
that leaves me with Caleb Johnson, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Noel, and Savion Williams. Now, Savion Williams is a person that Quentin has identified earlier. He's a big body receiver. He's 6'4". Now, another insider said he would like to see the Damian Martinez or the big running back from SMU, Bashard Smith. I think Caleb Johnson is better than both of them.
Caleb Johnson, I didn't see him that much. Martinez has no wiggle.
Well,
And
Caleb
it's not a bad thing. Martinez is a power running back. He'll get you a yard or two. He's not going to have breakaway speed. He's a guy that can get you those short yards, first downs. He's not no wiggle. He ain't going to juke you. He's going to try to run through you, but he's not a bad player. I'm just,
you bring up, or you're not allowed to bring up highlights on here. Just like to see the two different running backs before we get there. The Lions took a wide receiver that I wasn't even thinking about. But he did have a pretty decent career there. All right, we are the Saints, the Bills, the Jets, the Broncos, and we're 5 picks away. Is any of these teams ahead of us in the market for a running back? So our boy who's in the room, who'd you say was in the room? Zach's in the room?
Mm-hmm.
He just said Ravel, Johnson, Xavier Watts, Jalen Royal, or Kevin Winston Jr. I know Quentin wasn't able to do it, man, but if you look at the highlights of Caleb Johnson, big kid.
Fair use.
No, I didn't say anything. I just said the highlights. We ain't putting nothing up. I like the kid a lot. And the kid could be strong in the screen. Oh, there you go.
Fair use.
You see him running duo? He can also catch.
Yeah.
This is the Big Ten.
Like, you ain't catching me. Oh, he got that long stride. That's why you gave him DeMarco Murray. He got that long stride.
This is the Big Ten.
He don't look like he's fast.
This is the Big Ten, folks.
Hold on, Dwayne.
That's fine. Take it down.
Got something else for you.
Another one here. But if they don't, if they can't move, then I mean, we've been talking about Siobhan Revel. He's there, and then I mean,
That makes the most sense. Based
it
on
does.
how much hype he got at 44.
Yeah.
It does.
What about running backs? Who do they like?
Tootin? I think Tootin is the guy that we'd be looking at here.
Yeah,
for
that's a
running
good
back.
one too.
According to Bobby Belt, he said the Cowboys like Tootin, Dwayne.
Tootin's a good player. Guess where he's from?
I
They-
think Tootin would be the guy.
Another one from New Jersey.
South Jersey.
God.
I mean, they really.
They all looking over. I don't know who that is over there. It must be one of those coordinators.
I mean, I think Caleb Johnson can do that, but I think Tootin gives you that passing game element a little bit more. So
See, I would assume they
have-
want to thump and whoop people.
yeah, maybe because of the way.
Who did Vought say? Johnson?
No, he just said he just think they want to thump people.
Well, that's what he was talking about with Johnson, where
Hold on,
everybody
hold on.
else was saying too.
Hold on. He talking. Wayne, hold on. He said Caleb Johnson got a black belt and thumping people. Vouch is hilarious, yo.
Now,
Vouch said he's taking Caleb Johnson.
that's who he would take too. Now, the thing with Tootin is Tootin got legit 4.3 speed.
I got a feeling they're gonna trade down, bro. I don't want them to. I just think they want that extra fourth. I mean, not the extra
Yeah,
fourth. I
but,
think
but one thing you could say about the Cowboys, they going with value, right? Caleb Johnson was projected to be a second-round pick by a lot of people. And you could potentially get him in the third round. But Buffalo may have beaten you to the punch. The Jet pick is in too. Remember when I said the Cowboys may get a family reunion?
yeah.
The Jets ended the family reunion. All right. So the running backs is there, man.
Buffalo's happy, man.
Yeah, they got Landon Jackson. He's good. I'm going on record right now. I want Caleb Johnson. I'm not saying they're going to take him, but man, behind that middle of that line running duo with a 6'1", 224-pound running back. So we got two more picks before us, so I'm curious what that room looked like.
They showed I got you, bro.
Does San Francisco need a running back?
You know, they come up with running backs like it ain't nothing.
Look at Wanye with his brother.
Is that John Abraham, Dwayne?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. As we're getting closer, I like Caleb Johnson.
So
I like
you got your players on the board still.
only one I lost from my original tweet. Kyle Wilson is the only one I lost. So I like Johnson, I like Sampson, I like Noel, and I like Williams. But Ravel is a very good corner from ECU that the Cowboys are really high on. But I think we got to at least come out of this day two with either a running back or a wide receiver.
Yeah.
That's just the way I feel. Now, Nolan is rated higher. Two more picks. It looks like a lot of people on Cowboy Twitter are saying Ravel, the corner. A lot of buzz around Caleb Johnson would be the Steelers pick if he made it to 80.
There you go.
What happened?
War room.
Hard.
The war room.
Chart. But I mean, it's not super active in there right now in terms of working phones. It doesn't look like, but yeah, I think trade back possibility here. I also think you're probably gonna, like we mentioned earlier, Bell's still there, and you've also got two running back. I think those are two that make a lot of sense.
I think cornerback
Who?
is the big. So if Rebel doesn't go here at 74 to the Broncos or 75 to the Niners, I think you're looking at Savon Rebel being the Cowboys pick here.
Come on with this Denver pick. What's taking so long? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Like this thing is starting to drag out, man. Why?
All right, they making the pick, Dwayne. Jerry's stupid.
Damn. I would have took Caleb Johnson at 44, man.
It's the defensive coaches revel, Dwayne. These all the defensive coaches.
It makes sense. I wanted the big running back.
The
but
dig situation.
Yeah. But look at my top 50.
Everybody.
Where was he at?
$18 with a star.
The only concern about him is the medical, and he was in
You
Dallas.
said he got the surgery by Cooper, right?
Yeah. It's a great value pick.
Oh, yeah. DB coach is there. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'll say this. I'm going to tell you something, bro. They got their corners, bro. When you think about it, they're loaded at cornerback now. like you don't expect. Listen, you don't have to rely on Caleb Carson. Now, I think Caleb Carson still got something there. He struggled last year before he got hurt, but they loaded at corners now, yo. Yeah, David Overstreet talking on the phone now.
This kills me that we don't have a fourth round, man.
They did exactly what me and you didn't want them to do. We begged for 2 offensive players, bro. Skill position players. We said, oh, we don't care what they do in the draft as long as they get 2 offensive players at the top 3 picks.
But their last 2 picks are high value picks.
Yeah, they couldn't do the draft fell to them a different way.
I'm gonna mute it. There's my boy. Panthers have had a very good draft.
They went in there and got Caleb Johnson.
No, they got Princely Umanmiele.
Good pick.
So two of my players to watch that I did profiles on this week are off the board.
Hey, Dwayne. They did what they did in the third round what they usually do, and you couldn't take the value. You get in the first round value on the third round where they usually reach in the second round to get guys that are injured or character. You could. They still got money left. That's what I'm going to just say that they're going to get a running back or a receiver. I'm going to say it. I don't know where they're going to get one. According to Calvin Watkins, he'll be ready by July. Revel. Former wide receiver.
Now Louis Riddick said without injury he'd have been the number one, a first rounder. He would have been a first rounder. And Ian Rappaport reported that the injury with Trayvon Diggs is worse than imagined, and he may not be ready to play this year.
How long we been doing this?
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and knock the draft because
they do exactly what they do. They don't change their stripes.
They got to address these two positions, though.
They can't go. If Dwayne, it would literally be a carbon copy of last year if they don't. They can't do this to Shoddy. They can't do this to this team. They got to address the skill positions.
They got to do it via free agency or a trade. Because now you got a long way before you pick.
When's their next pick? 170?
Even if you wanted Tootin, you're not going to get him. You got too far to go. But I'm not going to sit here. These last two picks are value picks, man. I'm not going to sit here and say that these is bad picks. So your boy, who was going crazy yesterday, goes, okay, if Siobhan Revel pans out, this could be an A draft. Great value in the third. Pray he's healthy. Vach had Revel as 18 on his board. Somebody else I know had him that high too.
Yeah. You know him better than anybody, right?
Zach Wolchek. The Cowboys about to get the 18th player and possibly the best corner in this class with the 76th pick. He's a big corner too.
Long, lanky, arms down to his knees.
Buy seatbelt.
Your twin loves the Revel pick because he loved Revel. He didn't talk about it yet, but I know he
Who's
was
my
a big
twin?
Revel fan.
Who's my twin?
Brian Brothers.
That man ain't my twin.
Oh, somebody just texted me and said, and it,
Spinning a lot of opinions. Let me give you a little inside information here. The bottom line is that there seems to be a consensus among NFL personnel that he wasn't worthy of being picked to. You can throw out all the rest. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants a player that they think they can win. Not passing out for any other reason. Here's the other part. It doesn't mean they're right.
Oh, they bugging.
what happened?
The Steelers is really bugging, yo.
They picked already?
They traded out of the spot. The Houston Texans has had the best draft of any team in this draft. They just got Jalen Noel
Wow.
to go with what they already have. Oh, they got the teammates. I just realized that they drafted the teammates.
Iowa State.
Wow, they drafted the teammates. Wow. Man, I hate not having a fourth rounder. I hate having to wait around to the fifth. Mingo better hit this year. That's all I'm going to say, man.
The Steelers traded out of the pick, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no, they didn't. No, it looked like they had. Do they stop the Shador?
Houston really got the receivers, bro. They got both of them.
And the big lineman from Minnesota. Cincinnati, I got a feeling they may take Wyatt Millam. Yo, let me hit you back, yo. I got to get this.
Steelers got Caleb Johnson, folks.
Yeah, I saw it, bro. I gotta go. Right now. I'm not gonna make it today.
All right, we're gonna shut the show down. Great show. Appreciate everybody. Once again, another year doing the draft show. Until then, take care. Have a great night.
All right.